Here with more Space Engineers, and we are done with the mining for now, I think. Let me show you what's going on, because we have a lot that has happened. So if you remember last time, we were running from a small pirate that we seem to have lost. I think having him needing to follow us for as far as they did, I think they ran out of charge. So there's probably a drone floating around out here somewhere, but we're not seeing on the radar. But that's okay. As long as they stay away from me, I'm not too worried about it. So one of the things that we did do, and as much as I complained about not doing this last time, I did it again. I found some gold, but I don't remember what asteroid it was on. Oh, so we'll have to figure that out, because there's a lot of them. So we now have a little bit of gold, we have a little bit of silver, and we have a whole lot of stone and uranium. And I mean a whole lot of stone and uranium. Alright, so I came down here. There was a small nugget of uranium left in the bottom of the hole. Yeah. So a couple of you, rightly pointed out that we were going to need more storage containers. So I put some more cargo containers down. We now have 4 more over here. And basically, I had enough parts on hand to build one, most of the second one, and frame out the last 2. So we've basically been running parts until we had them all filled, or until we had them all built, and now all of them but one is actually filled. I think? Yes. This is the only of the cargo containers that we now have that doesn't have anything in it. One of our containers has just parts and gravel. Everything else has the ores, both processed as well as the ingots that have been processed from the ore and the ore itself, including, the 2 on the ship, which are still have about a little over 100k of ice on it. So not too bad. Now we did pull almost 100,000 units of uranium out of the ground, and something like I don't know, like 22 or 23 million stone. So our refinery is going to be busy for a while. In fact, let's dump some more in there just to get it out, just to get some of this out of our inventory system here. There you go. So I've just been basically waiting for that stuff to process down. Now the benefit is that, well, it's a ridiculous amount of resource. Now the other thing that we did, you probably see the turrets that we have placed in. So we actually built these right at the end of the last video. I think we were placing the first one down, because I was not gonna lie, I was fully expecting, just a crap ton of the pirate drones to start showing up, but they didn't. So I'm not going to complain. But we are now armed and armored. Well, armed at least. So we're not doing too bad on that front. Okay, so now one of the things we need to do is to consider... Actually, I don't think I loaded it. Nope, I didn't load the shield mod yet. So yeah, I'm thinking about loading the shield mod, which would, give us the ability to protect ourselves a little bit. Now the caveat on that is, are we going to rebuild the mining vehicle? Because we have the mining vehicle here, we have the scout vehicle back on the moon. Do we want to rebuild this? Because a couple of you have had some really good tips and ideas on ways to change this thing. And yes, I know we could utilize most of those ideas and not actually have to rebuild the ship from the ground up. But I kind of enjoy building ships, and Space Engineers is really good about that. So I'm thinking we may end up building a new ship. Something that is a little bit better thought out from the ground up, so that we have, you know, the jump drive, we'll have all of our cargo and everything, because I do like the design of the ship, the overall, or the, at least the core portions of it. I think my big issue really is with just the drive, or with the drill array. But I am thinking we want to build something new. I mean, it's nice having the base here because we have so many, we have just a ridiculous amount of resources over here now. So what I'm thinking I may do is I may actually take all of the uranium and all of the processed ore, like basically everything that's been refined, we load that up into the ship. We take the uranium, refined or otherwise, load that into the ship. And then if we have whatever room is left, we load up full of stone, and we just take that back to the moon base, process it there, and then we can actually look at maybe doing a new build. And then being at the larger base, that also gives us a little bit more security. I mean, this base is actually more armed than that base is, and it's a smaller footprint. But everything is above ground. And I'm thinking I want to head back, drop this stuff off, because ideally what we would do is we would have it set up so that we can have drones come in, pick up materials, go back to the base, drop those off, rinse and repeat. Because we're a jump out. Yeah, I'm just not thinking that we're going to be able to do that, honestly. And I mean, our base is over there. Way over there. Man, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Put your comments down in the comment section. Yeah, should we take the materials here back to the other base, or should we use those materials here to basically expand on this base? Because realistically, the base over on the moon is done. The only thing we'd be going back for at this point would basically be to build a new ship. But that is, you know, like a jump and a half out. So, do we just want to start? Well, we've got a beginnings of a base. We could turn this into something. I do like having this as an outpost, though. So I think we'll leave this as an outpost. And maybe head that way. Because we could actually build over there. And having the space here with materials, because we could head to the Mars, like we could head to the frozen world, which I think is actually, yeah, it is closer. Because I mean, that thing is not much more than basically an escaped moon. So yeah, I think I'll leave that up. I think I would leave that up to everybody else. Let me know what you want. Do you want to stay here and build this base out? Do you want to go back to the lunar outpost or the lunar base? Or do you want to head out to one of the other planets or the moons thereof and maybe start building another base and like a shipyard or something? Because I do want a shipyard. And the lunar outpost serves that purpose. But again, it's kind of far out there. It'd be kind of nice to have bases everywhere, so... okay, so yeah, let me know what you think. Alright, so... for us today, then... I think we're really just needing to get... you know, let's get the gold moving through. So we can get the... I need to get the gold and silver running. Drop that out. Drop you over there. There we go. Okay. How much gold do we need for this? 120, we only need 60 silver, huh? So as we get the gold, that should only take a couple of minutes for us to get that built up. And we need magnesium. So we'll have to go do a magnesium run. Actually, how much NATO ammo do we have? Okay, we've got a bunch of NATO ammo, but it's all in one. Let's do that. And that way all of our turrets basically gets roughly the same amount of ammo, and that way we don't have to worry quite so much about things being left undefended. Alright, so we got that going on, Need to load the shield mod for next time. And hopefully, once we get enough of the gold done, alright. So we've got about half of the gold that we need, which is good. Alright, and that needs to hit 100, and when that hits 100, that'll be everything we need. We just drop the silver over there and let it start running. There. Which means we can hang out in here for a little bit. Okay, so we're talking about what to do moving forward from here, because we've got the bases built, you know, move on to another planet, build a new vehicle. Lots of things that we can do, and I'm thinking, you know what we should do is, let me get charged really quick. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, let's build a small landing area here. And then what we can do from that is maybe build a small, just a little runabout. You know, something that just hits the local clusters, nothing really massive. It's not even, do we want to make it a drill vehicle? I mean, we could make it a drill vehicle. We could also just do something like a small ship go large. That could be fun. I haven't built one of those in a while. For those who are new to the channel or maybe don't have experience with space engineers terminology, small ships gone wild is, well, there's a mod by the same name, but basically it's when you take a small grid vehicle or a small grid build and you make something that should have been built out of large grid, honestly, but it allows you to do a lot more detail work. You can get a lot more greebling on it. So the problem is that it's still a small grid and has all of the things inherently bad with the small grid. You know, it can't take a bullet. Like just personal weapons, a single round from a personal weapon will rip through the ship. So we'd have to have shields in that case, which I'm actually fine with. And the more I talk about it, the more I'm actually liking this idea. And we have the materials out here that we could actually build it. We have access to everything we need. The one thing we haven't found is platinum, I don't think. Do we have any platinum? We do. Where's that at? Asteroid 2. Way back there. Okay. So that means we'd have to scout platinum. We have to re-find our gold vein. Yeah, I think that'll be that. I think that'll be the plan for next week then. All right, so here's the idea. We're going to keep this one short because we're basically just waiting for things to process out. So come Monday, I'm thinking Monday we'll go scout the resources, see if we can find that gold vein or a new one if nothing else. Find a source of platinum. We know that there's iron in some of the asteroids around us, so it's like we've got plenty of resources. So once we secure our supplies, we'll come back here we'll build a area for a new ship. I mean, we've got a giant crater down there now that we can go ahead and use. And I'll probably do a small modification to the drill system just to drill out a little bit more of the stuff. Yeah, maybe. Maybe just use it as it is. Because we can excavate an area. Oh, actually, no. We cleared this area over here. So we actually have a large area that we could use. We could build this out. Since we have the new cargo systems in, we could run a conveyor line down here. Oh, I'm liking this idea already. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's grab our plates. I grab a bunch of those and a couple hundred of those because we're going to need them. Okay. And so what I'm thinking here is we do something like this where it comes down. It's okay, I can grind it down. I'm not really that worried about Bob going crazy with welding here. Okay. And so we need to get this down to about like 3 more blocks down. So maybe there. And since there's no natural gravity, it's not like we're going to run into a problem like we did on the moon where we start getting wonky physics involved in everything. Actually, it looks like I can bring that down maybe another 3 blocks, actually. So if we do, it's 1, it's 2. How does that look? Man, my sense of perspective is all off. Okay, so that gets us to that level, which wouldn't be bad. Okay, so if we go out this way, let's see how close does that get us? Because I kind of like to get it pretty much right here, actually. And then what we can do is with the mining rig, we can come through and we can actually level this out. So we get a nice slope coming down. This is actually not a bad idea, or not a bad location at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I need to go 1 more because I'm counting in from the last. Actually, I need 2, right? Because that was from here to there's 20. That brings us to 21, 22, 23. So from here to there's 23. Yeah, that's good. It's 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so that's 23, and then the support comes down. What I may do is, once we're done with this, come back, take these out, and put in something that looks a little nicer for supports. I'm thinking, you guys, we're going by ones. So you have something that looks like that. Because I actually like the way that these look. Alright, so we'll do that. There you go. And I'm thinking probably something along the same lines on this area here. So you end up with this. Because even if Bob builds these out, it's fine. I don't think he will, but we'll see. All right, and that gets us to there. Okay. And then we'll come back and do, you know, something to make it look nicer and fill all of this in. But we already have so much iron that I think even building something this big isn't going to be an issue. And I may have gone one block too far, but that's okay. Like I said, it's not like we won't use the stuff. And because we're building in, actually like 2 blocks too far, and because we're building in space, we're going to be able to build much bigger and hopefully much better. But I'm thinking what we're going to end up with is something that's a little bit more combat focused, even if we do a small ship go large. Which I'm liking the sound of more and more. The catch is we'll just have to make it out of heavy armor, which means lots of large thrusters, which means yes, we are going to need a lot of platinum. And with all the uranium we have, we can put a couple of large reactors in it. And then we maybe we'll load up a couple of weapons mods, and we'll actually bring in some of the really hostile AI as well. Yeah, I'm liking this idea. Okay, so that gets us something. What I'm going to do here is we're going to fill this all in with blast doors for a couple of different reasons. One is that, well, you know, they survive better. And we have Bob installed, so we can actually put Bob on board. Oh, we can even do detail builds. So we can actually talk about like advanced ship design. Yeah, I think this is going to work out. All right, so I'll go ahead and get this loaded up, get all of the blocks in on the platform here. I'll probably bring Bob over. What I may do is I'll probably end up putting a connector in and piping this into the network, which is what I was kind of planning on doing anyway. And then we will have be a path probably from here. Something like this. And then what I'll do is probably, what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll have it do something. So if we go like that to there, we can then say how do I want to do this? There's a couple of different ways I could do it. I go like that. that. So you're going to go that way, that way, to there. And so we're just basically going to end up with something like this. Actually worked out pretty well. To there. Just come back, fill this in.
Energy low.
There we go. It doesn't have to be pretty. I mean, we can always come back and clean it up. I'm not really that worried about it. But what we'll do is we'll have stairs going from top to bottom here. I just wanted something that was a little bit beefier. And if we then go like this. Actually, I think I'm going to go that way with it instead. Right, so if we do that instead, because basically what I want to do is I want to have the stairs be the focus of the area. So we do something like that. And we do that on the other side as well.
Energy critical.
So see if we can do this before we run out of power. All right. Because this video has already gone longer than I was expecting it to, so, which is fine, but it's definitely unexpected. But I had an idea and I wanted to try it out. There you go. All right, and like I said, we'll have stairs going down the middle piece. That lets us basically get down to here, and let's go. Oh, you know what we can do? We can. Okay, we need to go get power really quick. Quick! Let me in! Let me in! See? That was close. Hey, I technically made it back in the ship before it all hit me. It's not my fault. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank y'all for stopping and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like. You know the spiel. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, double share with your enemies. It's all good. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we will, or I should say, enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you back here on Monday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.